Hello everybody, my name is NopadAnon and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Today we're going to be working more on THEOMACHY, a game about the divine gods and their, well, problems. So, people are apparently arguing about buying pots of greed in Pot of greed, I guess. Don't buy pot of greed. No, pots. Yes, literal pots. Yeah, no, we're not cool enough to buy weed. Remember, kids, buying weed is cool. Don't buy weed, please. Isn't pot of greed banned? It is. Well, two things to note. You put up there. I did put a new sub goal on. 350 followers, everybody. Good job, team. 350 followers. For belligerent internet schizophrenia. So what is the goal today? Today is to get more THEOMACHY done. I'm feeling pretty good, feeling pretty decent about it. I have been working on shit today, though. Today has been one of those days of me trying to get a lot of little things done. Most notably, if I go over here... Yeah, this right here is the entire Sword World script. I still have to do the audio for it. But yeah, this is the entirety of the Sword World script. I am estimating it will probably be about 7 minutes. It might be longer, it might be shorter. Again, I'm estimating about 7 minutes. Just feed the script through the nightmare mannequin box. No, I can't do that. It's called having the correct beat. You need to have the correct beat. If you do not have the beat, what's the point? I don't want to, my flesh mannequin box will not occur. The Sprug Workshop and or its associates do not endorse the use of pot of greed in official tournaments. No, I say use the pot of greed in every official tournament. If they try to stop you, pull a gun on them. Do it, everybody. Just say you're Kaiba maxing and you don't need to look at all of the rules. That's almost as many words as the panel of Order of the Stick. Yeah, it's a very long script. Like, you gotta remember, like, most of my scripts are that size. Most of my scripts are actually fairly long. I just speak very quickly. Like, I wonder, like, let me pull up my scripts thing. Like, this is the noties. Yeah, the noties were quite long. Summon Skate was quite long. Summon Skate wasn't actually super long, it was just a lot. What was the, like, apps, like, oh yeah, this is the Overlight and fucking Coyote and Crow one. Yeah, I do a lot of these. I need to actually cut my scripts down. But the Sword World one, I couldn't really cut the Sword World script down at all. Because I want to go over everything, and it's like, how do I explain it over a 1,200 page book in 5 minutes? It's like, no. The set of particular gives secret rare for every pot card, many of which are broken, all of which have some use. I can tell you right now, there's some weed deck out there that exclusively uses pot cards, just as the biggest joke possible, because that would be funny. Everyone's excited for the weekend. Everybody is looking forward to the weekend, as they could say, because they want me to rip apart their games for the GDG Jam. I've legitimately not touched any of the GDG games, except my own, effectively, because mine's perfect. All I have done is taken a look at them. I've just confirmed that they are real. And that's it. But yeah. Generally speaking, the only thing that I really did was added in teamwork assistance, extended checks, kind of fix this up. I did make a choice to, the entire idea is, when you are under the effect of Verd, everything gets a lot more extreme. You're effectively taking 2 hero dice, you're going to take both results. If either of the dice roll maximum, they roll the die again and add it to the total as well. So, for example, we're under the effect of Veerd. I have my 2 hero dice. I roll. I have a 6 and a 4. I would add 10 to my roll, add another d6. I rolled a 4. I would have a total of 14. This is very important under one circumstance. You might be thinking, that is only going to be beneficial. That is a problem under one circumstance, is that if you were succumbing to your fatal flaw. If you are succumbing to your fatal flaw, you're going to take away whatever is on your hero die. So if you roll both of your hero die under Verd and under your fatal flaw, suddenly that 2d6 is a penalty of 2d6 that can explode. I'm hoping that kind of gives the idea of like, oh no, like we need to fall into our fatal flaw a little bit more because that's, it's a problem. The bumps still work. Everything else works pretty well. I haven't put the lore in yet, simply because yesterday was a little bit hectic because I was doing, yeah, I was doing the cyborg case. Yes, you can indeed play all potters plus all jars. I'm sad that I put the server on mute, so I didn't know there was a competition. Is this game compatible with homoerotic male war camaraderie? I'll have you know, our heterosexual life partners. It's no homo, bromo. Yeah, I guess it's nothing. This fatal flaw, secretly not gay. Like, damn. If you want to play that way, I can't stop you. But yeah, no, the jam, we've got some interesting entries, a lot of board games, a lot of war games. I think there's only like one RPG in there. I think there's 2 RPGs in there. The rest are war games and board games, which that's going to be really fun to review because I don't review those games, so those might be pretty short. So that'll be entertaining. Or I could just talk for an hour and 2. I'll just talk for 2 hours about Metal Saviors. How about that, everybody? That'll be fun. Fake out everybody. Ha ha ha. You thought I was talking about your game, but I'm secretly not. What was your entry? I put in Metal Saviors because it was kind of like a finish whatever you're doing or anything else, so I put Metal Saviors in because I was trying to finish it. When was the jam announced? It was in the orange server. Yeah, that was in another server I'm in. We will be having our jam next week, so don't worry. Exactly next week from now, I will post all the details for that on next Wednesday. Ethical, you know what that one is. Everything is, I know a few people know what it is. And, oh shit, yes you do. A few people know what it is. And once it starts up, it'll make a lot more sense. The theme has already been established. When was I told? You were not told. That's the thing. That's the secret. You were not told, but you do know it. Probably better than anyone. Don't reveal it if you do know. PM me if you want to make a guess. I want to keep it a little bit secret. But generally speaking, that's going to probably run for a month into March. Next week is going to be a little bit hectic because I have to shift around when I would normally do the video. Because I didn't even know there was a jam, you madman. Originally it was supposed to be in January. It was supposed to be kind of into December, January, but life happened. Am I being gaslit live on stream? No, don't worry. Don't worry, you'll find out next week and it'll make sense. Yeah, next week is going to be a little bit interesting regarding streams, the schedule a little bit, because Valentine's Day is on Tuesday, and normally I make a video on Tuesday, Thursday. However, what I'm going to do is we're going to stream on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'm going to make the video on Monday because the video is going to be next week, Bluebeard's Bride. Yeah, the Valentine's video will be Bluebeard's Bride, everybody. Only the most romantic of games. And yes, it will be as structured as insane as possible. Yeah, we'll do a full video on it. I think that would be most appropriate for Valentine's Day. It's one of those games that I feel it's most appropriate. Also, I should ask, did anyone like the more editing on the cyborg video? Because I'm assuming you all totally watched it, right? Right? Please tell me you watched it. Yeah, I wanted to experiment a lot more with the cyborg video a little bit, just because it was kind of a weird. It's a weird, dumb, bad game, so I wanted to kind of be a little bit wonky. Yes, you should, Tough T. You should watch the videos, similar how you should totally share the Dames of Astoria video with the boys. That, you have no idea how long that took. That took way too long, too. Yeah, that one, I had like the idea, like, there was at one point what I was going to do was just play the entire Morkborg video. It didn't take that long. It was just me trying to find the audio and putting everything together. It was a little bit awkward because I realized that if you want to hear something silly, this is my silly Billy moment. Silly Billy with notepad and on. Yeah, your boy. No, wrong one. Morkborg. If you noticed, I actually had to change the I changed the title card for this because for some reason the title card was just completely fucked. And you see 1 minute on Morkborg -1 MV4 M4V. Yeah, this was very editing is rough, but I'm learning. Yeah, you gotta remember, this was like 2 years ago. Being like, this is a new thing. I may continue it, I may not. Opinions are welcome. Editing is rough, but I'm learning. I'm learning. God, I'm still set hologram hobo here. It's Kino, everybody. This is some grade A Kino. People still watch it. That's the best part. I still think this is the, like, I believe this is actually yeah, this is the actual Morkborg, like, channel. Yeah, every now and again people, you know, yeah, there's a few of these odd ones. People, yeah, that was my very first little opinion, very first. But yeah, we're gonna be working on THEOMACHY today. The goal today is to get not necessarily the entirety of character creation done, but at least a chunk of character creation done. I'm feeling pretty good about this. It's just odd. Born with Divinity, hero create. Still not 100% on this heading font. Still very much up in the air about it. Because it looks a little. The Morkborg channel didn't watch the video. Were there fun comments on Were there any fun comments on Cyborg? And I mean angry? No, nothing yet. Pretty much the Cyborg comments have been entirely just you guys. If we go here, yeah, the Cyborg comments have just been OSR is Morkborg for Cat Mario fans. Lot of just a lot of nothing, to be honest. Just the kind of the standard ones. We got this very long one over here. I find it interesting. I will probably have to do the square case tonight. Just put that up for tomorrow because the Sword World case will be very long and very. Yeah, no, nothing too fun. Unfortunately, sorry everybody. No, not like the Fabula Ultimate video, which I don't know what the fuck's been going on with that one. The entire Fabula Ultima video has been such a beautiful disaster area because it's like half the comments are like, I completely agree with you, and then the like-dislike ratio is like 67% of people agree with you. I'm like, what's going on? Let's do... No... Heroes are... How do I want to work? The unfortunate reality of life is that the gods are built in mankind's imagery. Imagery is built in mankind's imagery. One of flawed extreme problem. And a flawed extreme imagery across all of Aetherspace. Often these flawed individuals slake their lusts or have their curiosities piqued by mortals, and soon demigods are born into the world to change it, ruin it, and possibly struggle against it. Heroes are demigods. Those who have the blood of the gods flowing through their veins. Whether they were chosen, whether they were born. How do I want to word this? Heroes are demigods, those with the blood of gods flowing through their veins. Whether they were born with the blessing due to a union of God and mortal, or empowered by ones that sought a champion to represent them. The blood of God flowing through their veins, whether they were born with blessing due to a union of God and mortal, or empowered by ones that sought a champion to represent them. They are extreme. They are each demigod finds themselves head and shoulders of their fellow mortals, but have grown around. How do I want to word this? Each demigod finds themselves head and shoulders above their fellow mortals, but each has a distinct connection. A connection to their mortality as well as divinity. But each has a distinct connection to their mortality as well as divinity. They are caught between two worlds. Sometimes literally, and sometimes literally, as the gods push out, as the gods influence the true world, influence the true world. The Machi, war. That's what it means, Siska. It's war. I believe it's Greek. Completely unrelated to the stream, I just saw someone advertising their 18+ VTM game, and when I clicked, it was just 100% just hardcore fucking. Yeah, that's welcome to the Vampire the Masquerade or World of Darkness ERP communities. They are very common. They exist. True World, we are working on character creation today. So we need to get all of the kind of the basic ideas done here. At the start of their chronicle. Actually, at the start of their chronicle, each hero needs to be a hero needs to be created. Start of the chronicle, a hero must be created. This is done in step. This is done in steps. Steps, which we're going to do. We want to do this to base. We're going to do concept. Actually, we're going to do patron. We do patron right off the bat, being like, actually no, we do concept. We establish what concepts are, kind of like, who's your dad, who's this person doing this, hey, how do you pretty much plan on playing this game? Okay, easy enough to understand. Concept, then we move on to attributes. Did I end up calling them attributes? What did I end up calling them? Big think board. I think I just keep calling them attributes. We can probably see if we can't find. We'll just use attributes for right now because it's easy to understand. Attributes. Actually, no. Concept. Here, actually, no. Concept. Attributes. Skills. Bloodline. Let's see. Concept, attributes, skills. Bloodline. That's when we're going to kind of choose. Actually, no. Armament. Bloodline. Actually, no. We do patron. Armament, patron. Hero die, something like that. I guess we'll call it heroism. Actually, no. Concept, attribute, skills, armament, patron, which is going to then immediately lead into Actually, I'm going to call it heroism for right now. I don't really know how I want to word this. It's pretty much your heroic quality. That's where we're going to explain the hero die, heroic qualities, as well as your fatal flaws. That's where we're going to kind of explain that. Like, this is where, like, you become you. God, what would we even call that? What's a good word for that? There has to be a good word for that. Yeah, effectively, it's kind of like the virtues and vices section, but this would be the section where it's like, let's explain the hero die. We are going to explain the how quality, the heroic qualities, how the heroic qualities work, as well as your fatal flaws. Because it's kind of not the idea of like virtues and vices in the idea of necessarily being like, hey, your heroic quality is good just as much as your fatal flaw is bad. It's more along the idea of like, hey, your heroic quality is that you will not back down. No matter what, you will not back down. Your fatal flaw might be like, you can kind of go on the idea of like, your fatal flaw on the other hand is you have no concept of fear. You won't run away from problems. And anytime you try to, the world is going to work against you. That's kind of the idea. It's just like, the thing that will get you killed probably is going to be your fatal flaw, just as much as your heroic quality is going to be the thing that's going to save you. And they can kind of key off one another fairly easily. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things like, Achilles, for example. Achilles' heroic quality was that he was this horrifically powerful demigod. He was this, warrior among warriors. And his problem was that he had a complete fucking ego. He thought he was immortal, which would eventually come to bite him in the ass when Paris shot him in the fucking knee, shot him in the heel, which killed him immediately because that was the only place he could die. They kind of key off one another. It's just like, I am a flawless warrior, but I have an ego the size of a small planet. And that led to his death. That's kind of the problem, which is kind of its own, unfortunate. Vampire fans are the type of people who liked Bring Me to Life scene from Daredevil unironically. Here's the thing. It's been a constant meme among my friend group that we will never run a vampire campaign. I've put it up to vote every single time and something else always wins. It's been this way for literally like 6-7 years. It's just been a meme. I did make a promise that the next time I run a game, we will be doing a vampire game. And we will enjoy it. It will be fun. And I'm going to force them all to probably be Nosferatu, because I love myself some Nosferatu. I think they are the coolest clan, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong. It's hard to be as wrong as you are. Yeah, like, the thing is, like, it is... Nosferatu I like the Nosferatu a lot because you actually can do a lot with them, and you can kind of even portray, like, Sabbat as, like... You can even portray the Sabbat ones as vaguely, heroic in a way. Actually, yeah, so we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That worked. This is done in 6. This is done in 6 steps. This is done 6 steps. Concept, attributes, skills, armament, patron, and heroic and heroism. Ah, God, that doesn't sound right. Something seems. Oh, God, what am I thinking of? No, saga. That's it. And saga, and there's saga, because sagas don't necessarily need to be positive. That's the issue. So what we want to do is, first things first, concept. Actually, Ooh. Concept. Who are you? Concept. Who are you? Who are you? Yeah, well, nope. It said keep it standard. So we want to do concept. Not every demigod has a story. Every demigod has a story. One that led them to their current state of affairs. Many of the current demigods have been born in Aether space to sometimes willing mortals, but over the centuries, more have been found in true world. More have been found in the true world. The or been found in the true world. The demigod's upbringing. The demigod's upbringing is often one of confusion, and rapid growth. They could be considered to be extreme in some capacity. Often they can be considered to be extreme in some capacity. They can be great athletes. They can be great athletes. Child prodigies, or even daredevil, what would be daredevil tricksters, but for every grand demigod, more find themselves ostracized as from every grand demigod, many more find themselves ostracized due to their extreme natures. Violent fits, social isolation, or even outright not ostracized, pariah. It would be pariahism. That would be the correct pariahism. Not partisan. Pariahism due to perceived violent fits, social isolation, even outright pariahism due to perceived misdeeds. Things go wrong just as much as right for demigods. For young demigods. Often they are once they have reached a certain point in their power, their patron will take notice. And bring them before them to introduce to what would be the correct word? Dilettante. Southern dilettante. What is the fuck Southern Belle party. I'm having a fucking stroke. What's it called? The Southern Belle party. Fuck. What's the fucking name? What's it called? What's it? Everyone plays Assamites and the entire game focuses on Diablo. Yeah, pretty much. Well, there's actually a very specific term for it. Devout Catholic being turned into a Nosferatu, which makes his capacity to worship and go to sacrament difficult for obvious reasons, and he struggles coping with these things. Existence is now heretical. Southern Belle, Southern Introduction to Society Party. What's it called? Debutante. There we go. A debutante. There we go. What's the debutantism is very fascinating. What's the? Because there's a term for it as for male, for like just kind of the entire thing, not debutantes. There's actually like it's effectively a quinceañera. It's a very specific term. I can't remember what the fuck it is. I guess we'll just have to use it for. I guess we'll use. It's pretty much like I just want to parade. Like I want to parade this thing around. That's kind of the idea. I want to say the patron will take notice and bring them before and to either judge their worth or parade them around if they are not from either space. They're not from either space. This is a traumatic experience. This is a traumatic experience. But others quickly come to understand their newfound power. Every demigod has a story. Size, upbringing, true world, either space, perceive them to either judge their worth or parade them around. Is a when creating the initial concept of a hero, work with the what do they call it? The DM. Work with the DM to determine basic outlines, but understand that summarize the basic points. Points for the character, but summarize basic points for the hero B. Summarize the basic hero to be in a 1 to 3 word concept. There we go. Just kind of like summarize your shit, and that's where we're going to be making our first example character. We're going to be making an example. What's a good name for someone? Debut. That's it. Or debut. There we go. I'm like, it was like, what's the fucking word? Debut. Traumatic experience. Okay, so we need an example character. Let's do random place in the world. Give me a random place in the world. Hive world. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turkmenistan. We're going to Turkmenistan, everybody. Okay, maybe not Turkmenistan because oh yeah, baby. We're gaming. Oh yeah. We're gaming. It's Turkmenistan hours. I guess like Turkmenistan, Turkmenistan. Let's get some basic history on Turkmenistan. Country located bordered by Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. Alright, good thoroughfare for other nations and cult. Merv is the oldest oasis city in Central Asia. Alright. Let's learn history. Indo-Iranians, Turkic speaking Oghuz tribe, Mongolia. First organized sect Islam. Okay. So they were Indo-Iranians. The Achaemenid Empire. Okay. So you were the Akkadians. You were effectively the Aramoks. You were Babylonians. So let's Greco-Persian cultural phases. Second conquest of Egypt, the fall of the empires. What's some good, tell me about your culture. There we go. Languages, religion. Mithra was the most widely, its temples were most widespread. In religion, tolerantism described as a remarkable feature of the Akkadian. Cyrus the Great. Oldest organized faiths. Okay. Persian, no images of the gods, no temples, no altars, and consider them to be a sign of folly. Okay, maybe we, okay, let's generate some more random places. No, not Honduras. Algeria. Okay, we're not going to Algeria. Give me, okay. God damn it, give me something to fucking work with here. Poland? We're going to Poland, I guess? I guess we're going to go to Poland instead. Bistra. Hello, everyone. It's Bistra Gaming here. Let's, beautiful Polish countryside. That would be, if we're looking at ancient Polish religion, that would be it would be the Slavic faith. Okay, polytheist. Who's the god of the Slavs? Let's learn about Slavic mythology, everybody. Perun and Veles. Let's try to get some basics set up here. Slavic folk, a double belief, the native faith. I don't like where this is going. Like, how do we... Okay, deities of Slavic religion. There we go. This is what I can work with. Hell yeah. You make a country by slapping it on anywhere combining with itself to... Yeah. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing. That's it, boys. We're going to Boldismaz. Let's see, I like these two images. The god of the sun and then literal fire. Of course. I love it. This really does summarize it pretty well for me. This really does summarize things well for me. Rod, Dola, personification of fate and destiny. Let's see. Do we have someone? Let's see. Western slide. Let's actually see Polish. Do we have anything Polish here? Ziva. Okay, we've got one. Goddess of vegetation. Primary dramatic order. His figures perceive folklore primarily as form of Saint Nicholas and the devil. Like, of course. Of course. Thanks, Satan. I mean, let's do. Okay, like, if we're doing this. Idol was in South Slavic pagans in order to revered place in Russia. Desecration of idols of adjacent territory become well known. So, okay. Let's see, authentic soul, mentioned number of medieval manuscript, one of the few Slavic gods for which evidence worship we can find. All Slavic tribes. Okay. Let's see, do we have any funny notes about him that we should know about? Original Greek. We can only hope you indeed replace names of Greek gods fitting Slavic counterparts. Also Baltic mythology, which is in Slavic. Sun is female deity. Well, the moon is a male one. This pattern can be found here. Furthermore, passages raise a few questions about family relations with the Slavic gods. Dazbog's Savrog. Fire and blacksmithing. This would be Dazbog's father. So cool. Time to get, for example, what's a funny Polish name generator? Let's get some Polish names in here. Polish gaming, everybody. Let's just hit this a few times. Actually, no. Let's make it official. Let's roll a D2. Let's roll D6. 1, 2, 3 male. 4, 5, 6 female. 1, 2, 3, and we got a 2 male. Let's try to get some Jaroslaw, Witold Sukla. Got Herbert Mock, Gerard Brunon, Bronislaw Mammon. Bronislaw. That's a Polish gaming, everybody. There we go. We're Polish gaming now. So, for example, Bronislaw Mammon. What is, let's see, do we have any, possibly a culture hero? It's like a solar deity. Let's see, do we have any, anything else? Do you have anything else that he might be a... Mother, whose mother is Lotta the... yes. Arsenic poisoning, I know, that's a good one. So he's effectively a sun god. Alright, that's understandable. Cool, he's a sun god. For example, Bronislaw Mammon. Mammon. The sun was bright when Bronislaw was born in the Bistra. Okay, what's Bistra like? Right there, Blisco Cannon. It's the village of Bistra. Was when born in the village of Bistra to a single mother after his father suffered after his supposed father was hit by a car. While he may have been actually with fine with a golden head of hair and a shining personality Bronislaw quickly found himself a popular figure if often targeted for his natural charisma. He was, let's see, actually he was 23 when Disbog brought him to either space after he crashed his car. Actually, it was 23 when Disbog brought him to either space Aetherspace and introduced him to his extended true family. He took it well and quickly used his charms to win over the pantheon and the people around him. His play Bronislaw's concept is Golden Child. Representing the immense pressure, representing his charm and natural charisma, but also being the unfortunate center of attention. Yep. Kind of the guy who is, to give you an idea of who this guy is, he's the kind of guy who gets into he pretty much has people drag him into shit. I mean, it's diceless role playing. It's our diceless tabletop. I mean, there's not much you can do. There's only a few things you can do with that to make it consistent. Trust me, I've tried. So we've got the concept. We need to select you. We're going here. Our next one is attributes. Attributes summarize the demigod. Attributes summarize the demigod's natural abilities and natural abilities These allow them to manipulate the world around them. Attributes are the attributes form the core of the hero. Let's see. Attributes form the core of the hero, granting them their initial set of dice. For almost every check. For every challenge they find themselves in, as well as determining who may be better or worse in certain situations. Each demigod, each hero has, here we go. Here, 1, 2, 6. Okay, each hero has 6 attributes. Body, prowess, will, mind, soul, and conviction. I will probably fix these later. Body, prowess, mind, soul, and conviction. When determining each of these attributes begin at D4. Each of the attributes begin at D4, representing a slightly below average human being. However, let's see. Each of these attributes begin at D4, representing a below average human being. D4, below average human being, but they will receive. Let's see. How do we want to do this? We have where I was looking at look. So if we want people to be consistently up to, let's say we want consistently, you can get at most everything up to D8. So that's like this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So effectively you have 12. Let's see. Each of these attributes. So actually, no, we give them 12. Yeah, okay. Representing a below average human being. They will receive 12. They will receive 12 bumps to assign to each of their attributes. Each of their attributes of their choice. Any of their attributes they wish. Each bump increases the die value. Each bump increases the die value by one step. For example, two bumps would have a D4 become a D8. D4, D6, D8. There we go. At hero creation, the maximum, the highest possible rating is a D12. Highest possible rating is a D12. D12, but later on it can improve. But later on it can. Now. Okay, so we're gonna do. This is gonna be a little bit janky, but I think I can do. We're gonna do this. Do this. We're going to do dive dx d4. Actually, we can do d2, d4, d6, d8, 10, d12, then d12. D20 and D20. I'm gonna put a footnote there and description. Hindered or what would be a good hindered or deficient. Below average. Average or slightly above. Actually, you know what we can do? We do D4 to be below average, and we do perfectly average, above average, peak. Excellent quality. Like supernatural quality. This is actually gonna be allowing me to do the first time I get to mention, hey everybody, you want to use weird dice? You totally can if you want. I'm not going to stop you. Using cards depends on what kind of cards you're working with as well. So supernatural quality. Actually, you know what we can do? There we go. Not applicable. You know what I can do? We do table like this. We right here. Select everything here. We put you there. you there. We put you there. Let's you up. Let's shrink you up. And what we can do is we can do demigods are not perfect people. While most can be considered to be, let's see, while most can be considered to be above the mortal average, many find themselves with a critical flaw somewhere in their person. This flaw serves as a, actually no, we don't want to use flaw, with a critical issue somewhere in their person. This issue serves as a fun way to roleplay. As well as improve different areas of different heroic qualities. You know, so it's kind of like, I want to kind of get the idea being like, hey, you don't necessarily like strictly need to be like perfect. That's the idea. You don't need to be like absolutely perfect. It's okay to be flawed effectively. Actually, if a hero having trouble, choose one of the following. It's going to be D6, 8, D8, 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 10. So that's yep. Or we're going to do D4, D4, D8, D10, D10. So that's 6. D12, that's 10. 6, 8, and then let's see, 0, 0, 1, 2. Actually, that'd be 3, 6, 9, 12. There we go. So like you have like critical flaws everywhere. Yeah, sure. Divine quality. Actually, oh, I'm scared characters are going to find themselves feeling a little bit similar to one another. That's why I'm trying to, maybe we bring it back down to 10. We instead bring it to 10 bumps. So you can't get D8 everything. That's what I'm trying to avoid here. Because let's do some math. Let's just do some maths here. So if we do the idea that D4 equals 0, D6 equal 1, 1, D8 equal 2, which is total of 3, D10 equal 3, total of 6, D12 equal 4, total of 10. No, that's not right. That's just going to be the number of bumps required. Yeah. So this would just be like this. So if we do, we're doing the math correctly. So perfectly average man. Let's see if we do D6, 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 D6. So if we just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we just do D6s across the board. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the most average. This is the, like, average man. Like, this is average man. If we want to do, like, extreme man would be D12, D12, that's 8. D8, D4, 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 D4. So, like, you're clearly doing, like, 2 things that you're really good at. You can't really do anything else. If we want to do... So... Maybe we increase... Maybe we do something like that. Or we just redo the entire section. This is what we're trying to determine. The number of dice. It's pretty much like, how do you determine your attributes, or do I just... It's like, how do I give you the option of, like, you can determine your attributes, or do you say, or do I say, fuck it, and I just hand you, like, a few stat lines. Like, that's all you get. You just get a handful of stat lines. Half of me wants to give them options. The other half of me is like, no, you don't get any options. You get very clearly defined things. Like, you get some very clearly defined, like, ideas. Because again, you got to remember, almost every single thing is going to be dx plus dy. Or maybe we even lower it to, like, 8. 8, no, that's not enough. 10 is minimum. 10 is the absolute minimum I can afford to do this. Because I want people to still feel heroic. That's the idea. Like, you still need to feel vaguely heroic. Unless we do something like... That could be fun for... Yeah, so... They can kind of max out 2 stats, but they're going to be taking a clear issue with others. That's kind of the thing. Like, what's some other... but later on, it can improve. Finally, a hero may choose to... I mean, I guess we could promote it up to D6. If you want, we can do something like this. And then we just do like 2, 4, 2, 4, 6. And we increase we do 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. So it's kind of like this, but lower the amount of points, maybe? No. Alright. Finally, a hero may reduce an attribute to D2 deficient. I know, think smart. Efficient, mortal. Let's see. Deficient, mortal, average, excel, heroic, divine. I guess we can do what would be a good thing between, like, excel, kind of like a thing you're just above average and, like, this you're excelling at it. It would be excel. quality at it. Like I'm trying to think of like a good trying to think of a good name for this. It's like, hey, this stat is deficient. If you're deficient, you have a D2 in it. You are mortal if you have a D4 in it. You are average if you have a D6. You are quality, or like you are excelling if you have this. You are heroic if you have D12. You are prodigious. This is kind of a cursed word, but I guess this will work. We do prodigious. Actually, no, we do excel. Excel goes here, like you are excelling at this, like you are clearly above average. Prodigious into heroic. Okay. Yo, demigods are not perfect people. Well, many can be considered above immortal average. So if we do something like this, for example. Hero struggling to find actually hero struggling to find a solid baseline. Let's see, hero struggling to find a solid baseline. May use one of these pre-built suggestions. Pre-built suggestions. I think that hero struggling to find a solid baseline may use one of these pre-built suggestions. Let's see. We want to do this just right. We want to merge these cells. We're dun. I do plan on doing some shenanigans with this, so we're going to do average, which is going to be D8. So we do D8. That's 3 D8 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. RAM D12 D10 D8 D4. That's 5 8 10 right there. Noble, we're going to do D10 we do D10. That's 3 6 9 D6 D4. Kind of a lot more. Actually, we can do D8 D4. So it's kind of a little bit more set up. You're a little bit more spread out, but you have like clearly some flaws at the end there. Anytime you go above 12, that's when things are like you're clearly not, something is not good for you. No, actually, I want to use the term prodigy again because prodigy is a very good word. D12. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Prodigy. It's like you have one thing you're good at. One thing. No, it's prodigious. That's the prodigious. Yeah. I think master. Okay. Actually, I know what we can do. We can sub that out there and then put master right there. Okay. Good word. See, this is why I use you. This is why I use you people. There we go. See, we kind of establish some baselines. We understand what's going on. There we are. Okay, so there we are. We kind of understand how our character is going to be acting now. So. Example, Bronislaw. Hello, Bronislaw. Actually, before I do this, perhaps I should explain what the stats are. I got so caught up in the fucking math, I've almost forgot to write in the idea that you need to assign stat. I gotta tell you what the fucking stats are. Oh, Jesus. Body, prowess, will, mind, soul, conviction. There we go. Write that in fast. Each of these will be assigned to one of the six attributes. One of the six attributes. The higher the value, the better the hero is. The better the hero is attuned to it. The better the hero is attuned to it. One of the six attributes, the higher the value, the better the hero is attuned to it. A hero who... Can I be a master of being bait for monsters? No. Each of these will be assigned to six attributes. Higher the value, more the hero is attuned. Into it. We insert table because I like tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That we do this. And what's going on? We're going 6 to system a little bit. Select all of you, but we do that, so it's body, will, conviction, prowess, body, prowess, will, conviction, soul, and... This isn't in alphabetical order, you say? I know, so I'm going to hit the magic alphabetize button. There we go. Body. The hero's strength of body and ability to endure physical struggles. The hero's actually no. Strength of body and physical endurance. And strength of body and physical endurance. Prowess would be dexterous hands, keen eyes, and dexterous hands, how do we want to this? I know what it is. Actually, a physical expertise and skill at using one body. So we need to then go to convict. So we do strength of body, physical endurance, physical expertise at using one's body. Conviction. Strength of mind. Unshaking faith in oneself and one's goals. Unshaking faith in oneself and one's goals. Faith in the power of one's divinity. Faith in the power of one's divinity. Actually, one natural pull and actually natural charismatic pull and and burning spiritual energy, which is going to do quick thinking mind. Philosophical and thoughtful philosophical thoughts and thoughtful philosophical thoughts. I always hate writing these fucking things out. Because I know what they're going to be used for, but actually kind of like writing like, what do? They do this. I can say it like this way, but it's hard for me to like word it in to make it nice and pretty. Unbending. Unbending fortitude. So conviction would be unshaking faith. Literally becoming armor clad in faith, you might even say. Natural charismatic pull and spiritual energy, which is going to then go thinking mind, philosophical thoughts. Okay, so we do this, we do this. I think that looks a little bit nicer. Not perfect, but it works. Ow. My foot's asleep. Oh no, my foot's asleep. Bronislaw's player wants him to be the golden child in more than a few ways, but also wants to reflect that he's a lover, not a fighter. He's a lover, not a fighter. We do this. Oh no. Here we do this. Now we're going to use this as just an example. We're going to use the noble set, so we've got a D8, not a D, right? Yeah, a 2 D8s, 2 D4s, 10 D10. Actually, we'll do D8, D4, D8. There we go. He's not the wisest individual in the world. He doesn't need to be smart. He is the best way we've come up with. He is effectively a Polish himbo at this point. He's got all that, he's He's got the looks, he's got the idea, he just has nothing going on upstairs. He is like, have no fear, everybody. Like, body D4, conviction D8, mind D4, prowess, soul. Bronislaw has. Let's see. No, actually, no. I think I fucked this up. I need to have 2 D10s. Focus a lot into his prowess, and soul. Focus a lot into his prowess and soul, reflecting his nature as being adept at impressing others and escaping danger, rather than being the front of the fight, or trying to outwit his foes. He's a handsome man. He's a handsome man with a lean figure, even if not much is going on upstairs. And that's what we can actually kind of tie this together a little bit, which is the idea of he doesn't know, he doesn't understand that he's in danger sometimes. That's his fatal flaw. There we go. Draco's committed 2,000 total to the Fix the Economy challenge. I don't know, like, it just kind of happens. See, if I wanted to make him like I normally would, he would be a brick shit house. Because, like, if you really notice across all the cases, I do end up making brick shithouse characters a lot of the time. Because that's just kind of the character I like playing. I like playing just like big scary motherfuckers, because I find that fun. But I'm never allowed to play a character that's a big scary motherfucker. I always have to play either the over-optimized one or support. Being Notepad is suffering. Bronislaw Mama. Hopefully this makes sense. Like, again, it's like, please choose one of these things and like understand what's going on. But again, actually, you know what we can do? We can do a side note, extended die value valuations. It's no secret that the majority of dice produced in the world are D4, D6, D8, D10, and D12 and D20. You know, the unfortunates such as D14 through D18 are not nearly as common on the table as the others. Not nearly uncommon as the table as the others. If playing this digitally, rolling these dice are technically far more possible and available. If the DM wishes, they may use the extended dice chart. Allowing heroes a far more granular ability to advance themselves. So extended dice, the extended dice chart. There we go. Let me just put that in here, right? Let me just put this in here. If I actually want to do this a little bit more precise, what we can do is merge cells together. Right here. D4, D6, D8, D12. Let's see. So master heroic. What would be a step beyond heroic? Actually. Oh yeah. It would be actually NA 10. This would be 8. So like you can get one thing at D14 at first level, but nothing else. You would just be fucked. You may be yes, please, everybody also donate to the Fix the Economy challenge. What you can do right this second. What you can do right this second, everybody. Yes, you. Yes, you. You could hit your note coin button. And you can look at all these cool, fun, and exciting things. And you can also hit the Fix the Economy button. And if we raise 100,000 note coin, noteflation, we can fix it. Noteflation has caused note devaluation of note coin. We can fix the economy. Or die trying. I just need you within 30 days. We need to raise 100,000 note coin to burn, just to get rid of it. Ethical. I know for a fact you can donate your note coin right now, and we can fix the economy. Come on. Please throw your money into the money pit. Yes, you too can throw your money into the money pit. That's also a way of doing things. We can also run a 60-second ad. Please, everyone, enjoy your Genshin Impact ads. I wish. Here's the thing. I wish I could purposely change what ads are available and use those ads to exclusively show everybody just completely bizarre shit. There we go. We're doing it, everybody. We're solving noteflation. The economy is in shambles, guys. This may not be. There we go. We will solve noteflation. Let's see. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can actually do is 5. Okay. this, we do, we actually, no. You. We unmerge the cells, we delete this column, extend this back out. We then do 1, 2, 3. We put right there. And easy. There we go. There we go. Actually, if we want to be really precise about things, we should do this. So actually, let's take a double check. What is your table property? You are column size 1. You're column sized 1. You are 0.5. You are 0.5. Both of you, oh goodness, both of you should be 1. There we go. You, on the other hand, can be 0.1. Can we make you so much smaller? No, that's the absolute smallest we can. No, actually, if we want to be real, a real big gamer about things, we can do. Split it up just to make sure, being like, yeah, these are technically like the same chart, there's different angles. There we are. Then a dice valuation about on son of Dazbog. I think this should be good enough to understand, like, this is what a hero is going to look like. This is like your basic stats, your basic ideas. We slap an image right there, and next we're going to move. See, this is the best part, yeah. This is the best part, is that we can just keep doing this across every stream, everybody. We can fix the note economy in no time. Oh god, I've got nothing done. It's already 10. Skills. Let's see, and talents. Skills represent the history and talents of the hero. Hello, found. Skills represent the history and talent of the hero. Allowing these are flat values, which are added to the sum of, which is added to the sum of the die roll. Added to the sum of the die roll added to the sum of the die roll. Each only one skill may be applied to any challenge at a time. Only one skill may be applied to any challenge at a time. Applied to any challenge at a time, but when using each hero begins with let's see, each hero begins with how many skill points? Let's say let's just be a bit over. Let's say each hero begins with 20 skill points to distribute as they see fit, with a maximum of 5 in any let's see, with a maximum of 5 in any skill at this point in their heroic story. At this point in their story. Okay, easy enough to understand. These are just flat values added together with 20 skill points to distribute as they see fit. Flat values, some of the die roll. Okay. How many skills did I say? Skills are flat benefit. I didn't say jack shit about skills. Alright, everybody, new plan. Guess what? Guess what we get to do? Let's try to find a good fucking list of skills. Let's check the lexicon. Let's check the lexicon. Oh, that's not it. I guess we can take and pick. I guess we can pick and choose from D2000, which I need to update. Actually, I really do need to update D2000 pretty extensively one of these days. Advancement methods, colony manage. I need to update this actually one of these days, like extensively update it, because I've been meaning to, but it's just a pain in the ass. Would be a good list of skills. It's a good list of skills. When in doubt, we learn things. Where's our skills? Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to Scrib. This is all I need. Creativity is fucking dead. So, if we do the ideal, okay, so we've got academics, athletics. Let's just write these down. Athletics, culture, close combat, empathy, firearms, integrity, leadership, medicine, occult, persuasion, pilot, science, subterfuge, survival, technology. All right, so let's try to find some other skills. Okay, what's some good skills? Good TTRPG skills. You know, common RPG skills. Tell me more about RPG skills. Let's RPG design, a wiki about learning how to create our own RPG, guys. I don't know about you, but I've never seen this website before. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, we're gaming. Let's Who's the admin of this? Is anybody the admin? Wiki Synax. Basic links. Nope. Who are you? What the fuck? Sean RPG. When did this, I wonder. Maybe if we page source. Doc type 1999? Is this from 1999? I mean, I guess it would add up. I mean, weird. I've never adventuring party, player character. Yep, this is totally. Yeah, this is totally like a fucking. Okay, but no, here's a bunch of fucking skills. All right, let's learn about skills, everybody. Let's try to find some skills that would be appropriate to this. Let's see which one we don't want. I don't think we need anything related to combat. Combat is a no-no. We don't need combat skills. Academics, we can If we put in academics, we're gonna put something else in. Actually, you know what we can do? We can do academics, and we'll do academics X. Athletics, let's see. Why not just look at the master lift for for riff skills? Well, the master lift for riff skills, to give you an idea, this is the master list of riff skills. There's a lot, and I'm just trying to find like ones that would be like perfectly like needed for something like this. I'm not looking for too many. Academics, well, we can justify this being like character knowledge, you know, characters' knowledge of scholarly affairs. Actually, you know what? What did I just 2000? Let's see. Where's my skill? Where's my skill list? They need a cut down version of skills that are just useful for everything. Do we need any cultural or domestic skills? I guess we can add in the idea of like domestic. Yeah, let's add in domestic skills. Actually, we'll change out culture for domestic skills. That is quite literally everything else that you would think. That's cooking, cleaning, and doing housework. Why is that important? I don't know. But it's important. God, this is the thing is a lot of this assumes not really relatively fantastical things, so that's why I'm kind of character's knowledge of scholarly affairs. Athletics. Do we want athletics? That's the question. Or do we want to split that up into like acrobatics and athletics? Or what's a good way of like this is like your ability to like how physically fit you are. You know, athletics. We'll keep it with athletics. I think that domestic works. Empathy we can probably change to words pretty. You're way with words, as I like to say. Jesus. Did he want? Skill lists are always a bitch. Diplomacy. I don't want people to get... The thing with diplomacy is I don't want people to think that it's only used for one thing. Because if you put in the idea of like, oh, it's diplomacy, then you need like deception. And I hate the idea that there's a difference between deception and diplomacy. I hate that. I think it's stupid. Social is a little bit too broad. That's why I was thinking like words. Like you have a way with words. That's my usual way of thinking about it. I guess like what would be a good way of fucking wording that? I hate skill lists. I hate skill lists so fucking much. You have no idea. But I keep putting them in my fucking game. I have a fucking masochism, I guess. Actually, no. You know what? Fuck it. We'll actually add in culture X. And culture will be a little bit interesting, which is going to be Arcana wouldn't be correct. Our crafting is fun. Crafting is actually a lot more, but crafting is going to have an X next to it. You're going to determine what you're good at crafting. I'm a blacksmith, I'm a writer, I'm a calligrapher, you know how it goes. Cunning, ability to manipulate and deceive others. Domestic, managing homes, housewives or house husbands. Fighting, we don't need fighting. Fighting is not what we're looking for. Or should we have fighting? I don't know. Intuition. Intuition is ability to deduce lies, investigation, lore, mercantile mysticism. Performance, stealth, travel. Let's think. I guess we can add in academics. Academics X. Academics X, which would be knowledge of the world, knowledge of scholarly affairs. Craft, which would be crafting, crafting disciplines. Lore. We're tying that to more academics. Charm would work. Travel, stealth, mercantile. Mercantile, I can work with mercantile. I think that's relatively appropriate. Investigation works. Intuition works. Cunning somewhat works. Roguery. I can actually finally put the term in roguery in because I love that word because it's dumb. It's a dumb word. Investigation, intimidation, fighting, etiquette, domestic, crafting, appraisal. Mercantile can also go into appraisal. I think that those two work together pretty well. Medicine, navigation, oration. Actually, we'll trace charm with oration. Having me wants to put in like, oh, you. Actually, there we go. Otherworld knowledge. Actually, it would be actually, what would be identification? And it would be ology. Ology is a study of subjects. So if we're doing the idea of ology, suffix for theophi. It's kind of a stupid way of thinking about it, but it's like, yeah, understanding what the fuck you're looking at. Like, there's clearly, like, this is a weird thing I don't understand. I I guess actually no. We can use it. We'll just use Outworld. I think Outworld works. And I guess we can do Aetheric. What travel? Travel's ability to understand the roads and survive off the land from location to location. Best way to think about travel would be like a survival check. That's the best way to think about it, which is vaguely important. Operation Roguery. Outworld would be like your knowledge of the other world, effectively. You have perfect. Aether songs would be no. Actually, you know what? Sounds kind of stupid, but this should work. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use this. We're gonna copy pasta. We're going to do this. We're going to go to railway. So you're getting cut. You're getting an X. Crafting X. We don't need fighting anymore. We don't need marksman anymore. However, lore's getting changed to academics X. X next to it because that's important. Domestic. Generally speaking, we have domestic. We have cunning already. We have crafting. We have intuition. We have investigation. We have medicine. We have mercantile. We have mysticism. Nature. Performance. We have stealth. We need aether walking. Oh, aether walking. Ration. Ration is there. We'll just put you there. Guess we can put roguery here. And then we put outward here. Alright. Easy enough to understand. Easy enough to understand. Not really, but I can definitely pretend it is. Oration, the ability, actually, if we do going to Dying of Dryads, we go to Oration, Oration, the one, methods and talents for diplomacy and negotiation, diplomats, have Oration. I have something with diplomats, no, I doubt. The methods of talent, diplomacy, negotiate. Diplomats have oration, roguery. Go over here to roguery. Natural ability, natural talents for thievery, skullduggery, and roguery. Otherwise known as being a dick. If you want to learn how to break into something, you're actually the ability and talents for thievery and skullduggery and roguery. Thieves. Actually, locksmiths have outworld. The understanding of the other world. Either space. Either space or true world. Demigods have outworld. Ability to understand the channels of either connecting either space together either space either space together connecting others, channels of either connecting either space together fine. Messengers have either walking. Nope. There we are. Academics, intuition, cunning, craft. We here we use academics, craft, stealth. At this point, story. So we do this. Oh god. Do I have any more room after this? Let's see. Do I have any more room? I have 2 lines. Okay. Let's do any skill. Each skill with an X. Each skill with an X is a has the hero choose a specialization. They will receive the full benefit when using that way, and half benefit when not. There we go. Simple enough to understand. Which we then go to Bronislav's player wants him to be the golden child. But others seem to gravitate toward him. So, using our 20 skill points, we have to distribute around here. We're going to have cunning. We're going to have cunning 3, domestic 2, intuition. We'll do intuition 3. Mercantile 3. So let's see, 5, 8, 11, nature 4, so 15, oration 5. Actually, no nature, oration 5, and then we'll do performance 3, and stealth. We'll do stealth 3, so let's see, 5, 8, 11, 16, 19, 22. Maybe we kill the domestic and it's just like this. People just gravitate around the guy. He is someone that people naturally trust. People naturally find him a trustworthy guy and really like him, even if he is maybe not the smartest in the world. All that cunning is there to convince others to like him, not much else. Yeah. Now that I think about it, you could have used different domains and different gods having different. You could have used different domains the different gods have in different mythologies. What do you mean by that? Like use the domains as the skills? That could have worked. But the way that he was wording it was that he wanted it to be less that like like supernatural, like, oh, it's more or less of the gods and stuff, and more of that being kind of just a backdrop to vaguely super heroic things going on. That's what I was kind of interpreting anyway. So it's like I don't want to like double down on the god stuff too hard. That's just kind of that's what I was kind of interpreting anyway. Kind of odd. I think I know what he's going for. That's why I'm kind of leaving myself a few different ways to look at things. Bronislaw is... working as a media manager. Was working as a media manager. Was working as a sales rep. Was working as a sales rep before being taken. He has the gusto and ability to convince others. To his way of thinking. His father's domain of wealth and power seeping into his bones a bit more than on the surface. So it's, yeah, because you gotta remember, Dizbog here is also the god of wealth. I would have gone with X-gods like God Warrior, God Magician, so the demigods have a small template to follow for progression. I wanted them to be able to feel like they're themselves and they're not being stuck in a class, like a class or anything like that. I don't think a class system is super appropriate to this. That's the thing. I don't feel that's like super appropriate. However, in the armament section, I do plan on doing something similar to that. So, bear with me, I somewhat know what I'm doing, he says to himself, fully knowing that he does not. We do that. Bronislaw. Okay. I want to be precise about this. See where we are right now. Seems a little bit large, but our next section is armaments, if I recall correctly. Yep, it is armaments. Okay. I'm going to write out armaments, and we're going to get that. I might actually reword this to inheritance. You know what? Yeah, we're going to rename this to inheritance. No, we'll keep it on. I think armaments works. Because that's what we're going to be working with. That's the idea. It seems a little bit lighter than what he was going for. So, I'm like, yep, we're keeping things relatively safe because that's what I do. Commission projects, I tend to keep things a little bit safer unless they like very clearly spell out what they want. Simply because it's a little bit more difficult to understand what the fuck they want. What time is it? It is almost 11. Cool. All right, we're making good time. We'll finish this section up. The armament. The armament is not real. The armament is not armament is not real. It's a piece of the hero's soul. A piece of the hero's soul that has been emblazoned with an aspect of their divine patron. Let's see. That's been emblazoned with an aspect of their divine patron. The armament itself. The armament is divided in. Actually, the armament provides the initial. No, let's see. The armament provides the initial. abilities and abilities. The armament provides the initial abilities of the hero, as well as their initial abilities. Abilities. Give me a good fucking ability. Give me a good word. Capabilities. Initial capabilities of the hero, as well as their potential to use the divine actually use the domain, as well as their potential to use the domain of their patron of their. There are four armaments. The sword, the bow, shield, and the wand. Four armaments. The sword. Each hero will only have one of these grafted to their soul. Will only have one of these marked on their soul. Only able to change it or adopt new ones. As they grow in power. There we go. The armament is not real. You're a soul that has been emblazoned with an aspect of their patron. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. Pretty much how I want this to go is something like the sword is going to grant you something like a power attack. Like by virtue of this is like power attack. You know, the hero uses their domain to inflict additional harm to enemies within melee distance. It's things like that. It's like you have the ability to do things that you can now augment with the domains, which are going to have their own abilities to do things. So for example, having like, as I kind of explained previously, having like the fire, kind of like having the fire domain, having the power attack fire would allow you to be like, not only is my attack on fire, it's now everything I do is now burning. Anything I hit you with something, it's going to cause a burning effect, and you're now going to be taking additional damage. You're now going to be getting harmed more. You are not, bad things are happening to you. Hey, I've hurt you with, hey, I have the death domain. If I'm hitting you with a power attack with death, if you are a minor enemy, I can instantly kill you, or I'm going to be healing from you. I'm going to be able to, regain my own ability by hurting you. That's kind of the idea with this. It's few amount of powers simply augmented with a bunch of these little keywords, allowing me to kind of play around with it a little bit more. Because, for example, if you are, using the death domain, for example, death domain sword is obviously you're a lot more aggro. The idea is like the sword is aggro. You are going as hard as possible on them. You are Achilles, effectively. You rush in there, you stab, and you kill. You're a conquering hero. However, death domain bow is you're staying back a lot more. You're a lot more precise. You aim, you fire, and someone's going down. Whether or not that is I have a fucking gun, or I have I'm a bow, I'm an archer, or you can even be something describe it as something more like a fencer, for example. It's very precise attacks, often from a range. Death Domain Shield, on the other hand, if you have the shield, it's about protecting yourself and others around you. You want to extend a barrier. You want to protect others. You want to stop others. So if, say, a minor enemy for death, for example, were to rush up to you and try to block, you could mitigate their attacks, or you can outright hurt them if they try to do something, or you can protect others from death. That's the idea, which kind of goes into the idea of, the death domain of the wand. Wand is a lot more about using the domain in weird ways. It's expressing your domain to do something. That's the idea. Oh geez, you're still streaming. Yes, I am still streaming. I should go to bed. Things are going well. I just need to do the armaments. That'll take me some time. I should be heading off here soon, though. I got a little bit delayed on character creation. I was trying to get that done by the end of by today, but I kind of just got delayed. I will probably call it here, actually. I will attempt to write out the armaments, just sit down and do that, because I can see it in my head how it's going to work. I know how it's going to work. It's just doing it. Hey, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, Manly. You could have shown up, but you didn't. You didn't show up, Manly. You failed. I was sleeping. Yeah. That's what they all say. Oh, I'm just sleeping. God. Yeah, at least I gotta, mind you, Manly. The honk snoo maxing. I also have to record this nightmare, by the way, for tomorrow's video. Yeah, I get to record this entire nightmare with my throat now dying. It's great. Alright, I'll call it there. Godspeed and good luck. You know the rest. I might pop in on ANA in a bit. You don't know. I don't know, Manly. Who knows? Godspeed, good luck. I will see you all later. I will see you, more accurately, I'll probably see you Friday. Tomorrow, no idea what's going on tomorrow. We'll play it by ear. So, Godspeed.